What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Fiction Tea Reviews. Before we start, just want to let you guys know I will be reading aloud my book, and if you're interested in hearing it, then stay tuned to the end of the video to get a full in-depth reading. Okay, let's start the video. Today we're going to talk about the French show that is on Netflix called Mortel. I don't know how it's pronounced, but in English I just look at it as Mortel or Mortel. Netflix French voodoo superhuman series is about a group, 3 students, who join forces to find and kill the person who murdered one of the main protagonists, Sofiane's brother. So they're all different types of characters. They're all different types of people. So normally they would not hang out with each other. But fate brings them together. Actually, the fate is this demonized type of guy called Obey.
Inside a can of Old Bay? You are. Old Bay. For 75 years, it's been the can that connects us.
And I'm not talking about the seasoning. Obey is this guy, like a demon or like Satan of some sort. I know that they were trying to paint him as Satan because he had the red glasses and the voice change. And he would just pop up randomly, just out of nowhere, anytime something bad happened. So first off, the show really impressed me because I thought that it was going to be like one of those basic superhero angsty teen shows, and I was like not really gonna like it, but it surprised me. It turned out better than I expected, and I love the voodoo element of it. I think that's my favorite part about the entire series is the voodoo magic. It's just so cool, and I was like, I just want to watch all voodoo stuff. I just want to watch this whole series and it just only be about voodoo. Forget all the other stuff. Like, I'm just here for the voodoo stuff. So it has its own twist to it, and the 2 main protagonists, Sofiane and I believe Victor, I think that's his name, they share this bond because of their superpower and because, well, their superpower requires them to be together, to be around each other. I found that to be really important because it really showed male friendship and how you can be best friends. 2 males you can be best friends. If you're a male with another male, and it doesn't have to be weird and it doesn't have to be gay as people would think or sexual, just because they're linked, just because they hold hands or just because they're just really close. Like that dynamic of different types of people coming together and different types of friends, and just how cute and important it was. Acting was fine, it was good, but like Obey, there was some things going on. Like, I found it really weird and odd that they were trying to give him like this deep voice because he's supposed to be creepy and supposed to be Satan. But I honestly just found myself annoyed the entire time, every time he talked. I feel like for his character, maybe they should have had him do something else. I mean, he played the role, oh no, I was gonna say he played the role okay, but like sometimes it just was awkward. I think it was the voice thing. The voice thing that he was trying to do was just not it for me. I was like, no, they should have just let him talk regular. It's because they tried to give him like a fake deep voice, and I'm just like, I can hear it. Like, I can hear the fake deep voice over top of his voice, and it just don't sound right. It just didn't work well. So I think this is originally a French show. I did mention that in the beginning. This is originally, I believe, a French show, but on Netflix they do the English voiceover. So if you're bothered by stuff like that, you might be cringed or annoyed by it, but I believe you can change the subtitle in the audio on Netflix. So the colors and the hue of the cinematography, loved it. It was very, very clean. It looked great. I enjoyed it, and I think they did a good job with it. So once you get past the first and the second episode, you'll be like, actually, this show isn't that bad. Like, when I first started watching it, like I told you, I had low expectations. So once you get past the first and second episode, you're like, this is actually good. Once you finish the first episode, you're like, oh, I think this is going to be a good show. And there were a lot of elements in the show that reminded me of the UK superhero show. I think it's called Misfit. It's less humorous and it's completely different, but like there were just small things about the show. Just small things that I was like, This is giving me Misfits vibes. If I was to like compare it, but then also it's like Misfits, it's like more funny, and they curse a lot in Misfits. But I guess like the teen and their mental problems and mental health. Did they have mental health problems in Misfits? I probably need to rewatch that show. Yeah, overall, it's not a bad show. It is 6 episodes. I believe it's like 46 minutes long per episode. You can straight binge it and just go through it. I binged it on Saturday, watched the whole thing, and I was like, oh, this is great. So if you're into watching really short shows and you want to watch something quick, and you're into supernatural and you're into voodoo and you're into teen shows, this is a lot better than some teen shows that I've seen. And I'm not the biggest fan on teen shows, unless they're like classic stuff like Teen Wolf and stuff that like I enjoy. Definitely talks about mental health and gateway into mental health. You can check out my book, Reign by Yoshua T. Outlaw. It is available now on Amazon. The link is in the description box below. It is a psychological thriller about young adults in a psych ward, and they get this new counselor who starts to discover that these kids are actually not crazy, and there's something deeper going on in this place, and he starts to unveil those things because he learned that it's having an effect on his mental health. Definitely some psychoticness going on with some of the students, and there's killing, and it just gets really crazy and deep as hell. And I think what I should start doing actually is doing some read alouds. So we might as well just start that right. Stay tuned for the read alouds. Here we go. Chapter 1, The Hellos. Joseph. Large droplets of dew smack the windowsill as I stare off into space. I was daydreaming again. It's the only thing keeping me sane right now. I take a deep exhale, turning to face my fellow friends. We're sitting in a circle, forced to look into each other's eyes, yet we're averted, thinking about not being here, dazed in our own thoughts. We're just completely and utterly lost. We're masked in a condensed sardine can, pitch black room like little olives, smushed, almost full, but not quite. The only light we have is this lamp shining at the edge of the wall. In walks this young, petite-looking man. He's draped in a cream-colored button shirt and black tight jeans. Before introducing himself, he just sits down in front of us, perched like a little bird, waiting to be hand-fed breadcrumbs. His face is hidden under this University of Michigan cap. Hair shields his forehead. His eyes are protected by clear-brimmed glasses, and sitting above his upper lip is faded, thin, dark strands of hair. I suppose it's a mustache. He greets us with a chagrined expression. My friends and I are a bit skeptical. We sit in silence watching him like prey. When he speaks, his tone is exuberant like some honorary daddy pays for schooling, and I'm just here for volunteer credits to show I'm a good Samaritan to my community child. While he's speaking, his hands gesture like an animated character off a children's show. What's the word? Say it with me, kids. Loser. Loser. L-O-S-E-R. Loser. As you can probably tell, I'm so excited to be here. But that, of course, was sarcasm. It's one of my strong suits. You'll get used to it. Okay, he says, with his shoulders straightened and his posture perfectly aligned like he's about to start meditating and chanting tantras. My name is John, and I'll be taking Ellen's place. He's grinning so confidently, or at least he's trying, yet I can see his jawline tightening up as if he's grinding his teeth in secrecy. Anyways, Ellen, she was our temporary group counselor, just like Oscar, Ralph, Lauren, Elle, Joshua, Tiffany, Amber, Sully, Scott, Media, and Beck. But they're all gone now. Once they leave, they never return. Well, except Elle. Occasionally he'll drop by to torture us with his presence, but never stays long enough to feel guilty about his visits. The newbie, who looks very feline-like, straightens his cap, then pulls out a black purse from another black purse to reveal a miniature antique radio. The static rattles my eardrums and a low cuckoo speaks to me. I listen intently, staring at the hexagon floorboards masked in an array of colors, shapes, numbers, and patterns. Beautiful symmetry. Faintly, the music continues on, massaging my thoughts and rocking them like a baby. A humming sound soothes me as I close my eyes, drifting off to my happy place, where she is smiling with big old cat eyes, carrying a handful of flowers. Her plump, full lips and face melt my heart. I feel as light as a feather. I'm dancing on stage, draped in a pink leotard hidden under a blue jumper, parading around like the bird I was born to be, free. I press my face on her chest, listening to her sweet hums. We sway like an ocean wave, forward and back, never losing momentum. Oh, someone's baby's like crying right now. In her eyes, there's pure bliss, and in her smile, affection. We twirl, twirl, twirl like a spinning top, like the sun floating around but making sure to never touch the earth. She giggles like a schoolgirl, encouraging me to smile, and for a moment we're happy, yet in the distant corner he watches like a crow. His eyes are black, hollow, and empty. I suppose he's checking up on us. Silently glaring like a jealous teenage girl. He hates me. He wishes he could touch her like this, hold her so tight, and that she'd love him. Only him. His eyes are wicked and full of fury flames, forming in the dragon shape he calls a body, fading from black to reddish orange to volcano eruption to fire and poof, flames. The music fades, escaping my eardrums to reconnect with the wind. Excited, the newbie scans us with his beetle eyes like some newfound student doctor who can't wait to save lives and cure cancer. And that is the opening of one of the characters, Joseph, who has schizophrenia. And it hasn't gotten to the dialogue yet, but definitely stay tuned for the end of more of my videos, and I will continue to read more and more to give you insight on this character. So stay tuned for that. And don't forget, if you're interested in the book, hit the link in the description box below. Out.